Welcome to Dance Mogul Magazine. My name is Anthony Harris. We're here live with the Multi-Talented Affion Crockett.
What's up, brother? You good?
Thank you, man. Taking the time, man. I appreciate you.
No doubt. I'm tripping because your pops look younger than me, man. Like, that's crazy. You sit behind the camera. That's crazy.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that. A lot of people know you. Well, the general public knows you for your comedic work and your acting work. And we've seen flashes of you, dance during some of those times. But a lot of people don't know you really have a passion for dance. Can you give me a little brief insight of how you got started with dance?
Out of all my, the talents, because I dance, I rap, I do comedy, I act, dancing was first. So everything I've ever learned, whether it's improv comedy or freestyle rapping, I learned from dance first because I learned from just getting in the circle, letting the music tell you what to do. So in life, you have those beats and those rhythms. So even with comedic timing, it all comes from dance. It all comes from hip hop or dance for me.
What era did you grow up in dance? Because you know how we all have our different eras of dance. What was your
I came up in the 80s. Like, I learned dancing from watching Beat Street and breaking and, all these different videos back in the 80s. So yeah, I watched, me and my brother, we watched all those things, and that's how we learned, self-taught.
Okay. And did you guys participate in like the social things like the jams and the competition and stuff?
We used to win all the competitions in our town. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina originally.
Okay. Army
brat, so we used to go over, we lived in Germany 9 years.
Oh wow.
We used to live over there and win all the dance competitions there too.
Okay. And did you have any formal training after a while, or it was just straight raw?
Not until I got to college, I started taking up ballet and jazz because my favorite dancer, once I got into the 90s era of dancing, was Fendi from EPMD's backup dancer. And I heard that he took ballet and jazz, and his style was, we had similar styles, very flexible. I used to pick my leg up over my head and do all kind of flexible stuff. So his style was, grounded in ballet and jazz too, with the hip hop. So I was like, all right, let me round it out and train. But before that, nothing.
Okay. And seeing as that you came up in the 80s, and so you actually saw the big boom and the big birth of everything, did you ever think that it would grow to what it's grown to now?
No, because it went away for a while after the 80s. Like, it totally died down. And I stopped dancing for like 2 years, and I just got into rapping and just doing whatever. And then it came back. Hammer kind of brought back the popular dance craze. And then from there, it just had its spurts. Like, it would be big for a few years, and then it'll die down again, and then a dance show will come out. So, I've seen all the waves of dance popularity.
Okay. And what do you think about the current wave? We have all these shows and all these different competitions overseas. What do you think about the dance and the future of it as you see yourself being a part of it?
I love that it's getting the recognition and the notoriety. What I don't love is that the originators of it don't own it and aren't reaping the benefits of it. So all the dance shows, all the movies, we're not owning that. In a large part, so that's the part that I'm like, okay, I love it on one end, but we don't have the Dance Moguls plug.
And what do you think could be done to assist with ownership?
My thing is this: I hear a lot of OGs arguing about who created what style and what's the correct way to do this and that, and you're not dancing on the right foot and you're not pointing right, yet they don't have institutions for this stuff. Like, they haven't created the handbook or the structure. There's no Alvin Ailey for popping, or there's no, Juilliards where you can teach all these things in a structured manner where they all agree on what the style is, because everyone's fighting over who created what, who originated that, what group was first. So I think that's where the ownership can come in, is when we all agree that this is the structure. Now it's an actual school. Now you're getting government funding for this style of dance, and it's not just looked at as a street dance. So that's just my idealistic desire.
I understand. And so with that being said, if you had the time and the funding to pursue dance in a way that you can help the next generation, how would you do that? Would you see yourself on a school or a big, convention? What would you do?
I would love to get the OGs in a room from all the different street styles and get all the information, get all the history that all of them know, and get them to agree that if they can come together and agree and stop fighting and making internet videos going at each other, if they can get in a room and agree that this is the curriculum and this is the style, this is the structure that we all can agree on. And if it's one umbrella of dance, let's say locking, for example. If we're gonna talk about locking, let's say, all right, well, there's locking and then there's this region of locking here. We can teach this region and then we can teach this region. So now you have branches. But at least agree that this region is gonna be taught this way, and this way. Just to get it organized. But right now it's not organized. It's a bunch of people traveling the world teaching, and while they're in class, 20 minutes of their class is, I'm gonna tell y'all how to do it the right way, and these other teachers ain't doing it right, and they taking y'all money. It's like, there's no love in that. There's no fun in that.
Yes.
So that's again, my idealistic desires.
Piggybacking off of the word fun, how do you feel we get back to that? Because it's when you're having fun, that's when you really get the full self-expression of yourself, and that's when the style actually grows, when you're having fun. How do we get back to fun? Because now dance has been, it's been commercialized so much to where it's like, well, if you do it this way, you can get paid, and now you can be 19 and you can be teaching a 17-year-old, what to do, and it takes the fun out of it because people see that kind of nonsense, and that doesn't go on in ballet. No 19-year-old ballet person is teaching another 17-year-old ballet person how to, really do it. They take class together,
right.
But you're not a master teacher at 19, telling somebody what to do.
Right.
That's not fun.
Yeah, that's like a martial artist that learned 2 kicks and now he's teaching. Yeah, you can't do that. I think to put the fun in it, you almost have to take the original essence out of it. The original essence is battling. But battling is too adversarial. That's where you get all that, well, nah, I did this better than you. So you have to almost remove that, but without taking the essence or the soul of it. So there is an essence of dance, whether it's house, b-boy, and locking, where it's battle oriented. I want to be better than anyone that's locking in this room. And then there's the groove, let's share styles mentality.
The circles in Africa.
The circles, right. But there's some circles that I've been a part of where we're just appreciating each other. We're like, yo, did you see what Anthony just did? Like, yo, that was a dope move. Let me get out there and feel some of that popping that he's doing. Like, let's groove together. That's gonna put the fun back in it, and that's gonna put the encouragement where people are like, oh, okay, I ain't gotta worry about when I get in this circle that I gotta be a warrior. I gotta be better than Anthony, or I gotta cut his ankles, and I gotta make him feel bad and make the crowd cheer for me. Like, that's fun to a degree. It has its place, but for me, to take to put the fun back in it, you gotta remove that battle mentality, because battle mentality is destructive.
Exactly. We've been saying that for a while now.
Even though that's how I started, like I said, that's the essence, that's the core. But I see where that goes.
It's breeding the egos out of control, and young people don't know how to control their egos anymore. It gets too attached to emotion. So that's why they're fighting and just different things like that. What advice would you have for the next generation, the young people that love dance or any form of the arts, but they want to pursue other things like you did? How did you balance that? That's a good question. How did you balance all of that, and now everything comes full circle? Now I see you dance, now I see everything on your Instagram now, that one minute you rapping in your car, next minute you dancing,
right.
Next minute you doing comedy. How do you balance it all?
For me, I'm blessed to be able to have opportunities where all of my gifts turn into the same project, or they fall into the same project. Like, I just did Wedding Ringer, and each of the characters had a party trick that they had to do to get out of their live. And so the director comes to me and said, hey, if you got a party trick you can do, something that, and I said, And there's this old dance move I used to do where I just wave my body. And so that actually like made the trailer, it made the movie, like it's a big laugh that everybody's like, yo, but that's from my popping days. My name was Lil Wade back in the day because I'm real flexible. So I just pulled that out and put that in this Hollywood movie. So that's one thing, is just keep doing what you love to do, whether it's singing, dancing, arts and crafts. Eventually you'll find a place for all of them to coexist. But as far as furthering the dance, learn as much as possible from everyone, even the angry OGs. Learn as much about the history of any dance you're trying to do, hoofing, popping, locking, breaking. Learn as much as you can and just get as well versed as you can, but don't lose the fun. Don't let someone tell you that you're doing it wrong. Just learn as much as you can. They're gonna tell you that you're doing it wrong anyway. Bypass all of that and get back to just what makes me move. The music. Get back to music that you love, playing it whenever you want, and just having fun. Like, don't lose the groove. When you lose the groove, now you're thinking too much.
Understand.
Now you're thinking about, I gotta step on the right foot, I gotta do all this, but don't lose the groove, don't lose the fun.
And what advice would you offer to the young people as far as the business end goes, as far as branding and trademarking and just, you know, being entrepreneurs with the skills that they have now?
As far as dance specifically, you gotta become inventive. You gotta figure out an app, or like you were talking earlier, we spoke earlier, you said something about trademarking, Dance Mogul Magazine. Like, you gotta create a brand. Maud, what's the name of your you and your sister's thing?
Chloe Maud Productions.
Chloe Maud,
Ladies.
Syncopated Ladies. That's it. Syncopated Ladies. Like, they're traveling to Dubai and they have a thing. Like, they're doing hoofing to hip hop music and funk music. Like, they figured out a way to brand hoofing. You know, I haven't seen that since Savion Glover, or you know, that there was an era in the late '90s, early 2000s where hoofing was making its way back into the public eye. But they figured out a way to do it. So you have to be enterprising, because again, you'll be, you know, shout out to Twitch. Like, he's DJing on Ellen now, and he's producing, he's doing all these different things. If you're not in the producer's mentality or producer seat, you may end up getting one of the judge seats on one of these TV shows, but it's only 3 seats, or maybe 4. So what are you gonna do as a dancer that's gonna further dance and to where you can reap the financial benefits of it? You just have to be really inventive and be creative and figure out ways. My friends, Nappy Tabs, they got their own clothing line now, so you have to figure out ways to brand your thing. Chloe and Maud have their own clothing, their own, what is that, leotard? What do you call it?
Unitard.
Unitard, I'm sorry. Yeah, they got their own unitard, so be inventive.
Understood. And finally, is there anybody you would like to thank that's been helping you along your journey thus far?
Dance-wise, or in general? Oh my, we'd be here all day. I mean, you know, I'm a Christian for one, so we always thank the Lord for the gift. But I mean, I have Wayne's brothers, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Will Smith. Like, I have a lot of inspirations and a lot of guys that, Cedric the Entertainer, Jamie Foxx, like, these guys have reached back. Sam Jackson, Bernie Mac, rest in peace. They have all touched my career in a certain way and been big homies to me. Again, this is a list of people. I mean, on the dance side, you got Flowmaster, Stilo, Sugar Pop, all the Electric Boogaloo's, Poppin' Pete, Skeeter Rabbit, rest in peace, Greg Campbell Jr., Shabba-Doo, Showtime, Link, Stretch. I could go on and on. Like, all these people have showed me love in the dance world, and they know that, like, yo, this kid, he's one of us. You know, Darren Henson, Crazy Legs. Did I say Ken Swift? But yeah, all these guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Appreciate
your time.
you.
I know you're busy, man.
Shout out to Clear Talent.